Good morning, student. Today I am going to discuss the topic LOC. It is called Language of Chemistry. This is the basic part of the chemistry, so it is necessary to know about it. This is in your syllabus. Now, in this case, I am just going to start atom symbol. What is symbol? What is symbol? So shortcut representation of an element is called symbol. The shortcut representation of an element is called symbol. For example, hydrogen H, carbon C, oxygen O, nitrogen N. So this is a symbol which is a single letter symbol. But now in case of sodium actually its Latin name is natrium. So what is this? Its symbol is Na. In double letter symbol, first letter should be capital while second letter is in small. You can't write Na. It is wrong. Na, first letter is capital, another is small. So this is the symbol. Next, in case of iron, Fe is the symbol of iron. In case of copper, Cu is the symbol of copper. In case of zinc, Zn. So shortcut representation of an element, that is called symbol. So you will have to learn at least the symbol of an element. Next, ions or radicals. Ions or radicals. So what is ions or radicals? What do you mean by ions or radicals? So answer is so simple. Atom or group of atom which carry charge is called ions or radicals. Atom or group atom which carry charge is called ions or radicals. This is the definition of radicals or ions, both are same things. Now, as far as the concern of the types of radical are two types. One is called basic radical, another is called acid radical. In case of basic radical, atom or group of atom having positive charge is called basic radical having positive charge. So basic radicals are two types. One is called simple basic radical, another is called compound basic radical. In case of simple basic radical, a single atom carry positive charge such as sodium ion, magnesium ion, aluminum ion. This is called simple basic radicals because single element have positive charge. But in case of compound basic radicals, group of atom having positive charge is called compound basic radical, such as NH4 plus is called ammonium ion, PH4 plus is called phosphonium ion. So in this case we can see that group of atom, here not a single atom, one atom nitrogen, 4 atom hydrogen, so it is called altogether group atom. Group atom having positive charge is called compound basic radicals, and single atom having positive charge is called simple as basic radical. So basic radicals altogether atom or group atom having positive charge, that is called basic radical. Now in case of acid radical, atom or group of atom having negative charge is called acid radical. Atom or group of atom having negative charge. So acid radicals are also two types. One is called simple acid radical, another is called compound acid radical, It means simple acid radical, a single atom carry negative charge. A single atom carry negative charge is called simple acid radical, such as O2 minus oxide ion, N3 minus nitride ion, S2 minus sulfide ion. So this is called simple acid radical. Why is called so? Because a single atom carry negative charge. Now on other hand, a group of atom carry negative charge is called compound acid radical, such as sulfate ion SO4 2 minus, carbonate ion CO3 2 minus, carbonate ion it is sulfate ion, ClO3 minus for chlorate ion, OH minus ion is called hydroxide ion. So these are compound acid radical. So it is necessary to learn SO4 2 minus is called sulfate ion, CO3 2 minus is called carbonate ion, ClO3 minus is called chlorate ion, OH minus is called hydroxide ion. So these are group of atom having negative charge. So we can say it is called compound acid radical. Now formation of formula. Actually, formula of compound is formed by two radicals. One is called basic radical, another is acid radical. Basic radical, whether it is simple or compound, acid radical, whether it is simple or compound doesn't matter, but compound is formed by two different radicals. One is called basic radicals, another is acid radicals. Now I am just going to explain with the help of example. This is called sodium ion. Now it is called chloride ion. So one is called simple basic radical, another is simple acid radicals. So charges are opposite. It has one positive charge, it has one negative charge. So charges are opposite but equal in number. Because one positive here, one negative. So in case of equal opposite charge, both the charge are cancelled to each other. So we will get NaCl. This is the formula of sodium chloride. It is called sodium, it is a chloride ion, so it is called sodium chloride. Now let us understand another example. Na plus NOH minus ion. This is called sodium ion, it is called hydroxide ion. So in this case we can see that it has positive charge, one positive charge, it has one negative charge. So charges are opposite but equal number again. In this case also equal number. So in case of equal number, both are cancelled to each other and to form NaOH. This is called sodium hydroxide. Number 2, Na plus and O2 minus. O2 minus is called oxide ion. I have already explained. Na plus is called sodium ion. So in this case, Na plus is called sodium ion and O2 minus is called oxide and ion. So Na plus, it means it has one positive charge. This is called simple basic radical. Na2 minus, it means this is called simple acid radicals. So charges are opposite, positive and negative opposite, but not equal in number. It is unequal in number. One positive here and one two negative here. So it is unequal in number. In case of unequal number, both are not cancelled to each other. Both are exchanged to each other, and to form Na2O1. It means Na2O. This is called sodium oxide. Now one more example. Al3 plus and SO4 2 minus. So Al3 plus, it is called aluminum ion, and SO4 2 minus is called sulfate ion. So what will happen? In this case, charges are opposite but unequal in number. So in case of unequal number, both are exchanged to each other. So after exchanging, to form Al2 and now SO4 thrice. So this is the formula of aluminum sulfate. So dear student, with the help of radicals, in this way we prepared formula as far as the possible maximum number. Okay, then gradually the formation of formula should be strong, and then only we are able to write down chemical equation, because without formula we are unable to write down chemical equation. So at first you know the formation of formula, how to form the formula with the help of radicals. One more example I am just going to explain. This is called calcium ion. Now it is called carbonate anion. So in this case, charges are opposite but equal in number, because two positive here, two negative here. So in this case, both cancel to each other and to form calcium carbonate. This is the formula of calcium carbonate. After knowing formula, I am just going to explain how to balance a chemical equations. So I am just going to take example of very simple example here. Word equation. It means chemical reaction is represented by word such as hydrogen, oxygen to form water. This is a word equation. But in case of chemical equation, when word equation is expressed, when word equation is represented by with the help of formula, symbol and formula, then it is called chemical equation. So this is a word equation. Now it is represented by formula. This is called hydrogen, this is called oxygen, and to form water. So this is called chemical equation, but this chemical equation is unbalanced. It is not balanced. So again one question arises here, what is balanced chemical equation and what is unbalanced chemical equation? Now I am just going to explain what is balanced chemical equation and what is unbalanced chemical equation. This part is called reactant. This is the reactant. Now this part is called product. And arrow marks indicate in which direction reaction is going on. It means hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water. So this is direction for the formation of compound. Okay, so this part is called reactant. Reactant is always present in left hand side, while product is present in right hand side. So this part is called reactant. Okay, so in case of unbalanced chemical equation, the number of atom present in reactant side is not equal to the number of atom present in product side. Okay, so I'm just going to take how many atoms are present in reactant side and product side. In case of reactant side, number of hydrogen is 2 and number of oxygen is also 2. But in case of product side, number of hydrogen is 2 but number of oxygen is 1. So number of hydrogens are equal but number of oxygen are not equal. So number of atoms present in reactant side is not equal to the number of atoms present in product side. So this is called unbalanced chemical equation. It is not balanced, it is called unbalanced chemical equation. But question is how to balance the chemical equation. अब इसको कैसे balance करेंगे? तो in case of balanced chemical equation, it is necessary to know what will happen. Number of atom present in the reactant side must be equal to the number of atom present in product side, then only we can say it is called balanced chemical equation. So this is called unbalanced chemical equation. Now I'm just going to explain how to balance the chemical equation. So at first, just reactant and product is just enclosed in a square box. And how many hydrogen atoms? 2. Here also 2. Okay, but oxygen is 2 here, but oxygen is 1 here. So you can't put 2 here. Just 2 is added here. So oxygen is 2, but hydrogen is 2 to the 4. That's why 2 is attached here. So this is called balanced chemical equation. In this case, hydrogen 2 to the 4 and oxygen is 2. On other side, hydrogen is 2 to the 4 and oxygen is also 2. So we can see that number of atoms present in the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms present in product side. So we can say equation is balanced. In that case, we can write down equal to. Okay, so reactant is equal to the product, atom present both sides are equal. So this is called balanced chemical equations. Now one more example I am just going to take. Nitrogen combines with hydrogen to form ammonia. This is called ammonia. This is hydrogen and it is nitrogen. So nitrogen is 2 here, here 1, that's why 2 is attached. 2 nitrogen equal, but hydrogen is 3 to the 6. So 3 to the 6. So this part is called reactant, this part is called product. So now number of atom in reactant side, nitrogen is 2, hydrogen is 3 to the 6. Other side, nitrogen is also 2 and hydrogen 3 to the 6. So number of atom in reactant side is equal to product side. So this is called balanced chemical equations. Thank you and see you again.